So, hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today we're going to be looking at this wonderful weapon. This is the Burning Love. Why are we looking at the Burning Love? It is a fairly unique bow. It is the compound bow. And it's unique because of this effect just down here in the damage section. You'll see burning is 386 on this particular bow. But what's good is you can also change the arrows. So on this one, we've got the burning effect, and I have got the cryo even effect on the bow, giving me an extra 373. I've got a number of bows to look at. So I've got the cryo bow, I've got a plasma bow, I've got a poison bow, and I've got a pyro bow. So as you see, they all come with fire, but this one is fire plus ice, this one is fire plus plasma, fire plus poison, and fire plus pyro. The effect of good old Burning Love is it's one of those named weapons, so currently under the current system we cannot change effects. So this one is plus 50 to humans, plus 50% hit chance, and plus 50 damage resistance while aiming. Right, just so I don't get caught by any naughties on the system. Let me just change the settings. Audio. Just got to turn the music down just a little bit. There you go. Hopefully no copywriting infringements there. So why is this so good right now? Burning Love never used to be that good, so why is it good now? Once again, back into Burning Love. 50% damage to humans. Look where we are, outside Highway Town. Where is Highway Town? Highway Town is in the Burning Springs. And what do you get in Burning Springs? Lots and lots of bounties. Bounties tend to be humans, especially the grunt hunts. And this bow is brilliant for grunt hunts. Now, one thing I've always wanted to look at is if you are on a team by yourself, does it help with the mutations where you're specifically on a team? So let's have a look at that. So our specials currently are 15, 20 and 17. I have herd mentality as one of my mutations. So I'm in a private server, private world. So I can't make a team with anyone else, but I can make a team with myself. Show it on casual. So that was at 15. Oh gosh, that was bad. So 15 and a bit. So let's look at the specials now. 18, 23, 20. So yes, herd mentality works if you're on a team by yourself. Right, and so we are now at Highway Town. Let's have a look at this bow and what it can do. After that, we'll have a look at mutations, setup, armor, and all that lovely stuff. So let's pop inside and get ourselves fast travel. And we're going to go to the bounty board. Right, I'll meet you on the inside when we've got to the bounty board. Okay then, here we are inside the bounty board.
This place never runs out of bounties, does it?
No, it does not. Right
nice
then.
And safe within the walls. Nice.
You want a bounty?
Safe.
Stick your bounty on there. Walk up to it. It's not showing place bounty posters, so you don't have one. But we're not doing bounties today.
Hey.
Unless you got business, keep on walking.
Hello, Walter. Right, we want a grunt
We'll stay
hunt.
afloat. Plenty of sorrows to
So,
drown in this town.
place your thingy over the grunt hunts. It says grunt hunt started. You should, in a few... There it is. Should get your quest started. Then it'll ask you to track it. That should only take a few seconds.
Everything in its place.
I must have auto track on. Right then, so there is our bounty over in Prospect Hill. Okay, I'll meet you over in Prospect Hill. Okay, here we are just outside Prospect Hill. As mentioned, I do have a cryo bow, a plasma bow, poison bow, and a pyro bow. And each one of those bows comes with extra fire. I'm going to choose for this one the poison bow. No particular reason yet. Now, this is a sneaky build. So we're going to sneak in until it pops up. Right there, my little bounties.
We have company.
Oh, it's an invisible bounty.
I found you. Raise it. Your gun. Kill. My ribs. Shit. Gonna have fun looting your for that. You pay for that.
Now, if you can actually log on, you can see they're weak to ice and poison, which is good. Because that's the one I've chosen.
Rust. Rust.
So they're weak to ice and or poison. Bet if I could have used that, but there you go. They didn't manage to shoot me once, and I got all of them. So that's just weak to everything, so who cares? One arrow. Done.
Damn you! Can't give up.
It'll take more.
No.
And died earlier. Okay, and that is the power of the bows. Now, all enemies have a weakness, whether that be fire, ice, poison, energy. With each one of these bows, you are covered. Splendid. Right then, so let's have a look at the build. Okie dokie, we're back at the base. I've called this build Burning Love. Let's have a look at it. So the distribution I've given myself is 7, 10, 7, 6, 6, 10 and 10. That's not that important, but there you go. Legendary specials, I've maxed out all of them to make this build. You won't need all of them if you are an early or a low level. This is a high top end build. But you won't need all of them. There are only a few cards you specifically need, as this is a bow build. We'll go through them. I'll tell you the ones you need and ones you don't need specifically. Let's just get rid of that one and put it back to where it should be. Thank you. Right. On this particular build, I have got easy target, plus 75 range damage to crippled targets. That goes nicely with Tormentor over there. Barbarian. Game damage resistance based on your strength, doubled when not wearing armor. Well, I am wearing armor, but it's a nice protection. Once again, don't really... Well, that's one of the first cards you don't really need. This is on a ghoul build, so you won't need that one on a ghoul. If you are a full health character, probably don't need that one. Your armor will be good enough. If you are a low health character, you may want that. Low health characters do tend to be high level characters. So yeah, Barbarian, you might want it. But it's the first of the throwaway cards if it's not 100% necessary. Scattershot. 20% of damage dealt to a limb is applied to all limbs on your target. That is to make this into a crippler build. If you're just sticking specifically to a bow build, fine, but I want this to also be a crippler build. I'll explain that one in a little bit when we get to column 2 perception. Bandolier. Ballistic weapon ammo weighs 90% less. You don't really need that card. That's just a quality of life card, so I can carry more stuff as I'm running around. Arms Keeper. Your weapons weigh 75% less. Once again, you do not need that card specifically. It's just a quality of life which allows me to carry more rubbish around with me. Arms of Steel. This is a ghoul card. Sounds like there's a battle going on. Just wait for that to calm down. Go away. And go away. Stop ruining my video.
Oh, God, I hate blood bugs.
Yeah. Alright. Where were we? Arms of Steel, right. You don't necessarily need that card again, so once again it is a throwaway card. It is for a ghoul. This one just makes your ranged weapons increased accuracy by 30%. Nice when you're using a bow, especially when you're aiming for headshots all the time. We are specifically going to be aiming for sweet spots where possible. Excuse me a second. I've got a cold. Thank you. Number Cruncher. Your weapons have 2% increased damage per AP cost. So the higher your AP, the better your damage. This particular bow, or one of the bows at least, let's have a look at the poison one. The AP cost is 24, so that's quite a high AP cost. And as it said, 2%, so that was 24, that's 48 increased damage just by having that card. So yes, thank you. Tormentor. This is turning it into a crippler build, which is why we've got the scatter shot on to help with the limbs. Tormentor. 20% more damage per crippled limb your target has. Well, that card is scattering the damage to all limbs, and that's 20% damage per crippled limb. So if you've got all 5 limbs crippled, more if your creature's got more than 4 limbs and a head, or if it just counts for legs and wings and stuff.
Like
Scorch Beast,
freshly polished armor.
you've got 2 wings and 4 legs, that's 4 limbs. And if they're counting head as a limb, at this particular point in time, that's another one. And if for the hell of it they're counting crippled torsos, that's another 20%. They keep changing what they consider a limb, so who knows at this particular point in time when you're watching this video what's a limb and what is not. Center Masochist. 75 range damage when attacking the torso. Now we are going to be aiming for heads or the sweet spot most of the time. Oh yes, so hopefully the next card will explain why we've got Center Masochist on. Hat Trick. Arrows and throwing weapons bounce towards 3 additional targets, dealing 70% damage. So each bounce, you've only got 70%, so you got 70% on the first one, and then you got 70% of 70% of 70%. So each bounce is less and less and less. So why the torso? Most of the bounces, from what I've noticed, seem to hit the torso. And then that's 70% range damage when attacking the torso, and you're losing 70%. So, yeah, okay. So that's bumping up. So 70% of 70%. What's that, about 50%, 40%? So that's 70%, that's 110%. You get the idea. It means you're not losing so much per bounce. Plus, also, if you are shooting at a very long range, torso hits are more accurate, so you can do that as well. And then the bounce will hit the torso. You get the idea. Deal Sealer. Deal 10% damage for each impairment your target has. So the bow has a double effect. So you got your energy, you got your ice, you got your fire. So if you say, and your poison. So if you say you shoot with either with the ice fire arrow or the poison fire arrow, there you go. Your target instantly has 2 impairments. Then if you cripple them as well, that's 3 impairments. I can't remember what all the other impairments are. Bleeding, fire, poison, crippled, and all the above. Right, so there you go. So you've already got 2 impairments per shot, and because this is a crippler build, there's your 3rd impairment already. So that's 30% extra damage just with that one card. So we're keeping that card. Bow before me. Your bows and crossbows ignore 40% of armor and have 10% chance to stagger. That's another must-have. So that's one of the must-haves. There you go. It's an arrow build. They're the must-haves. Then over on to endurance. This is a ghoul build, so you don't always get all the endurance cards, but we've still got 12. So Life Giver, gain more max HP per point in endurance. So that just makes you more tanky. You don't need that card. That's not one of the necessary cards, it's just quality of life card. Ironclad, armor provides 25% more protection, double if wearing a matching set. You don't need that card, that is just another quality of life card. Adamantium Skeleton. For a ghoul, this is a must-have card. Ghoul's bones appear to be made out of balsa wood, matches and paper. You need this one. You need that card. Fireproof. Take 45% less damage from explosions and flame attacks. With the next update, that card is changing to take 45% less damage from explosions. I think they're removing elemental protection from cards. But that's in the PTS at the moment, and by the time this video goes out, and if you're watching this in a year's time, who knows what changes they've made to the cards. But this is January 2026. Chem Diet. Chem Diet I swap out with either Glowing Gut or Thick Skin. Chem Diet when I'm taking my drugs to stop me going feral. Glowing Gut when I'm eating food to build up my glow bar. Thick Skin for running around. Once again, don't really need that card, just quality of life. Bodyguards gain damage, and so we're into Charisma now. Bodyguards gain damage and energy resistance based on your charisma and number of teammates. This really isn't a necessary card. You're a ghoul, you have 0 charisma. The only thing that makes this card better is the fact if you're on a team of 4. If you are not on a team of 4, this card is pointless. So it is most definitely a throwaway card. But I've got a few others here. I generally swap it out for Travel Agent because if you're entering somewhere where you want to keep your teammates alive, you've got these two cards as well. So Bodyguard's a bit of a throwaway card, not necessary if you don't have enough points. United Ordeal. Whilst on a team with other ghoul, you gain +3 to all special stats. Once again, this is pretty much a throwaway card. Not that many ghouls out there, but as long as you've got at least one other ghoul on your team, and they're fairly easy to spot. If they're running full health, a lot of the time they're a ghoul. Just simply unequip and re-equip the card and double check to see if your stats change. If your stats change, you know you're on a team with a ghoul, so that card's worth it then. If it doesn't, that card's a throwaway, you don't need it. Moral support. When on a team, you become feral 50% slower. Good one to have if you're a ghoul. Doesn't matter if there's ghouls or not in your team, as long as you're on a team, you are becoming feral slower, which means you're not chugging the drugs quite so much. Strange in numbers. Positive mutation effects are 25% stronger if teammates are mutated too. Almost everybody is mutated. So, yeah. As long as it's not, very low level players on your team, that card's gonna be worth it. Also share that card as well. There you go. That way everyone gets the benefit of that card. So our arrows will be doing fire damage, ice damage, poison damage, and energy damage. So in intelligence we have got science, increased energy damage based on intelligence. Intelligence is 11, so we're quite good there. Pyrotechnician, increased fire damage based on intelligence. Cryologist, same again, but with cryo damage. Then we have batteries included. We're mostly an arrow based build. Yeah, arrow based build. So batteries included aren't really necessary. This is purely a quality of life card that allows me to carry more junk. So that's another throwaway card if you haven't got enough points to make this particular build. Science monster. Now this is why you need your glow to be good. Whilst you have glow, gain 15% bonus damage for 10 seconds upon getting hit. That is similar to, let's have a quick look, view legendary perks. Where is it? Where is it? Taking one for the team. Enemies take 30% more damage when they attack you if you're on a team. This is whilst you have glow, 15% bonus damage for 10 seconds upon getting hit. So, a bit like follow through. Excuse me, just need a drink. So a bit like follow through, half the energy, but that takes 5 points. This is 3 points. You could argue that I could get rid of this one card here and chuck on, but then I'm losing 2 extra points which I could have had elsewhere. You get the idea. So this is a quality of life one while you have glow. If you're not a ghoul build, this card's pointless. If you are a ghoul, way to go. You can have it if you want it, you don't have to have it. Ninja. Bows, throwing and melee weapons do 100% sneak attack damage. Bows are considered silent weapons. You can stay hidden for quite some time using a bow. You will get sneak attacks more often than you think. So yes, you want this card. Gunslinger. Your range weapons do 12% weak spot damage. As I said earlier, we are aiming for weak spots. You want that one. Evasives, chance to evade attacks based on agility, no power armor. Well, we're cool. We're not going to be wearing power often very often. You don't really need this one, that's a throwaway card. Escape Artist, we are a sneak build. That's the whole point of being the bows with your sneaky silent weapons. Sneak to lose enemies and running no longer affects stealth, so you're going to want that one. Going through, that swaps targets on kills with 90% damage up to 3 targets. You don't have to have that one. It's not necessary for this build, it's purely quality of life, but why would you not want plus 90% damage? Adrenaline, gain 10% damage per kill whilst on a kill streak. 10%, that's 100% damage whilst on a kill streak. So if you keep your kill streak at 10, you're doing double damage. You don't have to have that one. I just don't know why you wouldn't want that one. Action Ghoul. The power of glow makes your AP regenerate 40% faster. I'm not 100% sure if that means you've got to have glow to make that work, but I'm a ghoul, I'm pretty much always glowy. You don't need AP regeneration, particularly with using bows, as long as you rest in between each shot.
Another day, another chance to practice proper equipment maintenance.
But your AP does regenerate quite slowly being a ghoul. So that's a quality of life card, it's not necessary, it's just nice to have it. Okay, we're going to move over... Ooh, wrong button. Wrong button again. Right, we're going to move over to the last ones here. So let's have a look what we got here. Right, so Grim Grim Reaper's Spirit. Any kill in VATS restores your action points based on your luck. As previously mentioned, ghouls do have a problem with AP generation. You are going to be killing a lot of stuff using this build. Any kill in VATS restores AP. Why would you not have that on this build? It is a necessary card. Better criticals. We are using VATS. We're going to be using VATS a lot. Better criticals. That is most definitely necessary. Ricochet. That is not necessarily. That's just a quality of life. Gaining chance to deflect range attacks based on luck. Don't need it. Quality of life. Your choice. Four-leaf clover. Misses in VATS now contribute to critical meter based on your luck. This is a VATS build. We are going to be doing lots of criticals. You want that one. Class Freak. The negative effects of your mutations are reduced by 75%. Mix that up with Strange in Numbers. Positive mutations effects are 25% stronger. If teammates mutated too, we've got a nice bit of synergy between those two cards. You want them both. Critical Savvy. This is a VATS heavy build. Critical hits now only consume 55% of your critical meter. You want that card. And as previously mentioned, when we're looking at the faulty spots, the Gunslinger, your ranged weapons do 12% weak spot damage. And then over here, weak spot damage is increased by 15%. So hitting those weak spots never has been so important. Okay, let's have a look at mutations. So, we're on a team, so plus 1% interest. Bird Bones, Eagle Eyes, Egghead, Electrically Charged, Healing Factor, Herd Mentality, as mentioned before, Marsupial, Scaly Skin, Speed Demon, Twisted Muscles. We are a ghoul. I do like having a character that can use melee weapons when I want it. 50% lean damage, 25% melee damage. You do lose 13% gun accuracy, but with those other cards added on, you'll never notice. And unstable isotope. There you go. Action Ghoul, 45% AP repair. There's all your other stuff. There's all your cards. That's what Dealer Sealer does. 10% freezing, 10% poison, 10% burning, 10% bleeding, 10% crippled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there you go. There's all your things that Dealer Sealer burns with. Freezer, so freezing, poisons, burning, and crippled, all dealt with using this build. Bleeding we have not dealt with on this build. And there's all the other stuff you're definitely going to be wanting. Yeah, we're good. What's the last thing we haven't looked at? Armor's not particularly interesting. I've just got a set of Civil Engineer. Good thing about Civil Engineer is 10% chance of fire damage to melee attackers. That's not particularly interesting, but weapons break 35% slower. Arrows don't break that quickly, which is, as you notice, we don't have over intelligence. We're not using the gunsmith card, or guns break 50% slower. Don't really need it with arrows. Bows and arrows, plus I've got 4 bows and arrows. I'll be okay, I think. Okay, so let's pop over to... Ooh, bear with me, I'm overweight somehow. Right, we're going to be popping over to Westec to shoot some super mutants. I'm going to reduce weight and I'll meet you there. Okay then, we've reduced our weight considerably and here we are at Westec. So if we look at this chappy here, that's VATS. We're good against poison, but we're weak against fire and ice. So we need a fire and ice bow. So the cryo is fire and ice. We got a nice 75% and we got a critical. Charge up the bow. Boom. Double boom. Remember, this bow is strong against humans, and these are super mutants. So we're doing well there. Pick up some junk. That was that bounce effect, but I don't see how far you thought that went, but that got a super mutie all the way over there. That was that. Ooh, well, I missed. Critical. Just got to remember, you got to load up a bow first. Cool. So this is specifically. Yeah, this is specifically strong against humans. And we got a 3-star legendary. Excuse me. Okay, I'll meet you on the inside of Westec. And here we are inside Westec. Back into sneaky sneaky. Excuse me.
No green stuff here.
Excuse me again. So it's a 3.75 times sneak damage. Now if you got a room with a doggo and a super mutant, shoot the super mutant because the rebound will kill the doggo. Shoot the doggo, the rebound probably won't kill the mutant. Whoa. Sorry, I am poisoned. He was hiding around a corner, but as you noticed, I had no idea we were there. Someone knows we're here now, though. If you get a chance to picking up Nuka-Cola Cherry, do that, because you need that for your burnt red hog ends. So once again, we've probably got a doggo in here somewhere. He has no idea we're here. Doggo! Doggo dead. Super mutant dead.
Who?
Me. Bye-bye. And the good thing about bouncy arrows is they'll bounce around the room for a little bit, and their bounce radius is quite far. The only problem with arrows is load time. Okay. We won't do the whole of Westec, we'll just complete up to this room up here. No problem with arrows, you've got to remember to preload. One shot kills. As you see, our kill streak is 10 at the moment. Crikey, getting worse. Yeah, when you got a cold and you're trying to talk, not the best. Reduce weight a bit. So what's yeah, the replays 15 with each kill is a good one, especially if you're a ghoul, and that's critical charge, also a good one if you're a ghoul, though I'm not a junkie, so meh. Load up a bow. Oh, hello. Don't know how you survived that. I was about to say 1 arrow, 2 doggos. But thank you, doggos, for proving me wrong. Now up here, we normally have a super mutie and a doggo. Remember, shoot the super mutie. Doggo should die. And that was another sneak attack by 3.75. 3 times, so 300%. And I think that was it. And there's one more doggo to get. And there's a super mutie just round this corner. Yeah, I think that was it, and we managed to get the super mutie around the corner while killing the doggo.
You can't kill us all!
Yet I just did. Ah! Well, they weren't lying. I can't kill them all. But no, I did. There you go. Burning Love. In fact, I'm just going to pop back to my base, show you modifying the Burning Love, and then we are done. See you back at my base. Okay, here we are at the weapons. Here we are at the weapons workbench. So let's go to modify and show you what this does. In fact, just before I do that, plans, etc. for this. So if you want to get the Burning Love, you have to wait until... Where is it? Oh, that's all the way down here, isn't it? You have to wait until Tunnel of Love pops up in the Nuka World on tour. Join that event. You have a chance of winning Burning Love. Burning Love is, I do believe, a compound bow. So if you wish to modify, you need to travel over to Foundation. Foundation, you need to go visit this fellow. So you're at Foundation. This is your arrival spot. Run straight up.
Foundation and those raiders up at Crater just don't get along. They want to take everything.
Keep going straight.
Maybe
Keep
I
going
could stand to
straight.
understand.
Nice work at the Robco factory.
Over up to Sunny's.
Wait, no.
And it's the Sunny on the right hand side.
Water is not also ice. Do not
Go over
ask
to
for
his
water
notes.
ice at Sunny.
So you don't want bow, because it's not a bow, it's a compound bow. So you want to look for plan compound bow.
Can't believe I lost my
There,
Nicotap
if you want to make a compound bow, blah blah, there you go. But you want the mods for a compound bow. So you've got the cryo, you've got your explosive, flaming, glow sight, compound bow, plasma, poisoned, ultra
I
sight.
could really go for a hoagie.
There you go.
Sandwich.
So once you've gotten all those plans, you want a workbench. Sorry, a weapons bench. You got a weapons bench. So let's go modify and let's have a look. So that's my cryo Burning Love. Can't change, can't put sights on it. So we've got cryo arrows. That gives you your ice. Explosive, that's self-explanatory. Flaming adds the burn intensity as well. So at the moment your burn intensity is 393. Put your flaming on, you get a flame attack and you get 864. And that goes up to 6 seconds. Then you got your plasma arrows, you got your poison arrows. Cryo, the flame as you notice goes down. You got your plasma arrows, you got your poison arrows, you got your standard arrows, and you got your ultra sight arrows. All of them have a good use case scenario. As we saw, enemies are or have weaknesses against certain elements. So there's your different elements. Haven't used explosive, haven't used ultrasight, but I have used plasma for energy, flame for fire, crow for ice. And last if not least, you've got your skins. Bow skin, got that from the Atten shop, as you can see from the Atten symbol. Burning Love is what it comes with standard. And then its default appearance, as you see, is a compound bow on the default. Oof, that's it. I think I've covered Burning Love and everything you need to know. It is a brilliant bow, especially now we've got the Burning Springs. Specifically good against the human characters, so very
The Blood
good.
Eagles are a dangerous offshoot of the Raiders.
Thank you
They
for
don't get
letting me
along
know
with the
that.
Crater Group.
Thank you for disturbing me during my presentation. Right, as I said, very good against humans, so really good for grunt hunts. I hope that has covered everything. Anything I've missed out, please drop a comment. Try and keep it constructive. Subscribe if you want more of my stuff. I'm not really that much of a heavy content creator. I pot a video out every couple of weeks or months or whatever. I don't do this for money. I've got a job. So all of my content is free, so please subscribe to my channel, watch my stuff, leave likes, leave comments, you know the routine. Thank you very much, hopefully for watching to the end. Goodbye and see you in the next one. Goodbye for now, bye bye.